If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what do you need to know about conversations versus interrogations, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC technicians, sales secrets, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. Today, I want to go over a common conversation mistake where people forget that they're having a conversation and it's not an interrogation. And early on in most sales processes, there's some form of discovery where you are asking your potential client questions about themselves, about what's going on, and how you can help serve them, right? Now, when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you're lonely, when you're depressed, and when you're worried about money, you ask questions completely different than when you're happy. And what happens is that pressure can show through to the person that you're having a conversation with, and it no longer feels like a conversation. It feels like a freaking interrogation, right? And especially if you're impatient, especially if you've got something going on in your life that's making you impatient, be aware that that part of your life is going to show up in the way that you're asking questions. So you have a couple of things that are going on that you need to be aware of. And one of them is like the volume adjustment and where you talk, your up voice, your down voice, your pauses in between, and how fast you ask a question or come back with a retort. And so what will happen is, let's say that I'm meeting with you and we're talking about a widget 1000. I'm like, yeah, you would love to have a widget 1000. And the buyer comes back and you say, no, I would never want a widget 1000. And like instantly I'm like, why not? Right? Well, be aware that there is some issues that happen when you start having conversations like this that makes people uncomfortable. Right? It's a curiosity standpoint. Like if I'm being curious, I'm gonna talk a little bit slower. I'm gonna talk a little bit like low, and I'm gonna take some time. Like, I don't know how I can help you with that. It's completely different. I don't know how I can help you with that. So you have to be aware that your interaction has some effect on your sales process. Now, here's the thing: if you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join my email publication. Go to this URL, type it into a browser, drop in your name, your email address, maybe your phone number. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. You will freaking love it, okay? So here is questions. Questions really screw salespeople up, okay? And so what happens is they get stuck on a type of question. And a lot of times when somebody's tired, hungry, lonely, it's a why question. And why just feels like you're doing something wrong. Why is that? Why? If you're going to ask and you're going to have conversations, you really need to practice what it sounds like on the other side. This is why I'm a huge fan of recording your presentation, both if you're role playing and also where possible and where legal to do it with the people that you're meeting with. There is a timing to this. And here is my general rule. It's better to take too much time than not enough. It's better to take too long on a pause between questions than not give it enough time. And what you're going to find is there is a quality to a conversation. There's a quality to questions. There's a quality to interactions that most people don't pay attention to, and it causes them a lot of problems. It's a conversation, not an interrogation. We're going to have a conversation back and forth. Think about like if you've gotten in a fight with a significant other, or if you've gotten in a fight with a brother or sister or parent or a friend, what that feels like when it feels like I'm doing this to you, it's a conversation, not an interrogation. It's okay to take some time. Here's what I found, my math, about 5 to 7 minutes. If you're going to slow down on conversations, it's not adding a bunch of time to your presentation. In the discovery, it's 5 to 7 minutes. In the concern or objection handling, it's 5 to 7 minutes. So you're not just cramming all this together at one time, you're slowing down the process. Nothing happens when things go quick. People have regret for a purchase. People say, hey, look, I feel like I left money on the table. So when you slow down and say, hey, look, I'm going to have a conversation, I'm not going to do an interrogation, it really puts your buyer at ease and allows for them to interact with you in a more meaningful way. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.